What's up? Welcome. We're back with the boys again. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Shot of Sports podcast. Grab a drink, a snack. This is your weekly dose of sports, where we'll break down and do a deep dive of the world of sports. Whether you're a casual fan or a diehard, we're here to bring you the latest, the best analysis, and the hottest takes. So go ahead and subscribe, share, even leave a comment. We appreciate all the feedback. Hit the like button for us and tap the notification bell on the right so you can be notified whenever we drop so you don't miss one. Today we got on the show. We got Nazir, our usual, Sam, a use, Chris, a use, and we have Nolan back on.
Look at this consistency.
Consistency is starting to step up.
Nearly got the full roster again. We're getting there.
Drew's selling. I don't know what's surprising. Drew's selling.
That bagel was too important.
Yeah,
How's
right.
everybody's weekend?
It was good, man. We had a great first week of sports. Not so fantasy wise for me, but we'll step it up. We got a whole year ahead of us. not worried about it. But got some good teams playing. We got a lot to go over today. A lot of people to shit on, a lot of people to love. But we're having a good day so far.
Proud to say that I went 4-3 this weekend in fantasy. I was a little pissed because
You had 7 leagues.
7 leagues.
I'm also
Damn.
in 7.
I'm in
3 of
four.
them are dying.
Don't make me feel like an amateur.
I can't
You might as well.
I can't step out of those leagues. To be fair, I'm in like 4 normal ones, but yeah. And I was pissed because I missed half the Packer game because I fell asleep because I was.
Same. I fell asleep during the game too.
I was working. I literally fell asleep. I was falling asleep on the couch at the noon games, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna set an alarm. I'm gonna wake up before the Packer game. Nope, did not. Woke up at 4:30.
Sorry.
And you missed the good part too.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't miss Micah sack, so that was pretty hype.
I just want to say before we get started, it's only been week 1. We shouldn't overreact too much. With that said, the Packers are winning the Super Bowl.
Whoa.
Mm.
Whoa.
We will get to our overreactions in a little bit. But I was tasked to lead this first topic in today. The NFL Week 1 obviously just finished up with the Bears and Vikings last night. The Vikings making another consecutive primetime game in which a team makes an epic comeback to win a game. Obviously, with Sunday night, the Bills down 15 with 5 minutes to go. They end up coming back and winning that one. The Vikings were down by 2 scores late into the third quarter, still won that game 27-24. Guys, this first week, what are some of the things we learned about some of these teams? Go to any game, any story you want. What are some of the things that we learned from this first week of games?
I'll go first real quick. Okay, listen. I on Thursday or Friday night, okay, I was excited. I was extremely excited because obviously we won. We beat the Queefs. Okay, we did it. Okay, now we get to Sunday. I'm even more excited because guess what? The Broncos looked horrible. The Texans looked horrible. Hold on. The Broncos looked horrible. The Texans look horrible. Who else is supposed to be considerably good? The Patriots look horrible. I don't know what. The Raiders looked horrible. Miami looked horrible. The whole AFC. And then you get to the night game. You get a little nervous when you watch that type of game. But then you realize if the Bills are just going to go try to win a shootout game in the playoffs, I'm excited. You got a chance to lose that. You were down 40-25 at one point. I know they won, but come on now. The Ravens lost that game like they usually do. That's another reason I'm excited. So I'm thinking the Chargers just beat the juggernaut of the AFC. The Bengals look like dog water. I don't know what the hell they were doing. I mean, you got the Chargers looking like the best AFC team next to the Steelers for some reason. I mean, I know it's week 1. I know we're throwing out overreactions, but I think that's the best overreaction I've seen so far. I'm a little bit more excited after this weekend.
Steelers being the best team, one of the best teams is crazy.
No, it's not. Aaron Rodgers to go. I tried to tell everybody that Aaron Rodgers was not going anywhere.
I think anybody looking in Kansas City right now is such a huge overreaction and like such an easy trap to fall into. I mean, the Chiefs were literally in reach of beating the Chargers without their 2 top receivers. And look, besides the Packers, I'm a huge Chargers fan. I was very happy they won that game, but I mean, Kansas City, I think like everything this weekend bodes well for them. Again, they're going to get Rashee Rice back eventually. Xavier Worthy, we don't know how long he's going to be out, but eventually, hopefully, he'll come back this season. I mean, I can't believe that he's even going to be out anytime because he hurt his little shoulder, but got run into by Taylor Swift's husband and
Fiance.
pissed me off a little bit because I had him start.
I have him in 2 leagues. Kiss my ass.
Yeah.
Fiance.
Well,
That would be correct. Yeah. So
Tomato.
I do have some overreactions.
You guys got to watch out for Kansas City. They're having the damn wedding at the Super Bowl this year. I mean,
I do have some overreactions for us as we go throughout this segment, but let's get to Chris here. Chris, outside of the Packers, what's one thing that you either learned from this week about a team or a player? What surprised you about this week's slate of games?
So I think the biggest thing that surprised me was how there was really no one that looked super impressive this week. Maybe Green Bay looked. I think Green Bay looked impressive. The 2 Sunday night teams did. The Chargers looked good, but unfortunately, they have a reputation of just charging their way out of things through what they've done through the years. But I mean, they look good too. But I don't think we can draw a ton from what we saw this weekend because so many teams looked bad. Tampa Bay didn't look very good. San Francisco didn't look very good. The Rams and Texans played a defensive slugfest. The Vikings got dominated for 3 quarters by Chicago and still won the game. And I don't really think there was any doubt towards the end of that. And the Eagles looked a little shaky. Now, part of that was because Jalen Carter and the rain delay and whatnot. But both of the defenses for Buffalo and Baltimore looked shaky in that game as well. I don't think there was a lot of teams that really separated themselves this week. So I think we're just going to have to wait another week before we start drawing any conclusions at all.
Didn't you just say the Packers are winning the Super Bowl? What kind of conclusion do you got?
That was a joke, man.
No, okay.
It was a joke.
Okay.
No, but
that's a joke.
Yeah, it was a joke.
Realistically, there's still. I mean, it's not as much of an overreaction as it was 4 days ago, but I mean, I still think there's a couple teams that are better, at least.
And there's some truth to that too, because let's face it, after this game, Detroit has all the talent in the world still. I know I've been on the side of their coordinators going to different places are going to hurt them more than it's going to help them. But the fact of the matter is Green Bay just beat the crap out of a good NFC team. It's looking more and more like the hype was correct. Jalen, any of your thoughts on that?
About the Packers?
About the Packers, what shocked you this week? What surprised you? Who impressed you? Any specific players that impressed you, disappointed you?
We'll get to that.
Player that impressed me, the player that impressed me the most was Keon Coleman.
I like that.
Yeah,
he looks like a number 1 wide receiver.
I told you, dark horse, fantasy dark horse.
He really looks like a number 1 wide receiver. What I'm not surprised about, Bears. If my dad is listening, how many times did I have to tell you to stop getting your hopes up until they actually show you that they can actually realistically win a football game?
I'm going to be honest with you.
I tell him
first quarter,
single summer when training camp is here, he constantly, the Bears this, and it's not even just him. It's all pretty much the whole.
In Chicago's defense, they were missing Jalen Johnson yesterday. They were missing, I think, another secondary member. I'm just blanking on who it is right now, but they were missing some key pieces on defense and still looked for 3 quarters like a good defensive unit.
They had a rookie.
I mean, the guy who had the pick 6 in that game was a practice squatter for the Vikings last year who never saw the field. I mean, once Jalen Johnson comes back, I think that defense will be much improved.
And J.J. McCarthy played his first snaps against a defense that was supposed to be top 5 in the league.
But I want to say, wasn't TJ Edwards was also out last night?
Yes, he was.
So that's another key piece that was out for Chicago in that game.
Didn't have their whole lineup either. They had some key guys out as well.
Well, that's why I'm saying that week 1 is such a small sample size that we can't really draw too many like
That's what I'm
harsh
trying to tell
overreactions.
Relax.
The Packers in 2021 finished 13-4, but lost to the Saints, who didn't even. I want to say they didn't even make the playoffs that year, like 38-3 in week 1. It just things happen. The Saints looked like the best team in the NFL, best team in NFL history through 2 weeks last year, and finished at the bottom of the standings.
I'm just telling people relax until they show you the change. I'm not saying that they don't be terrible, but when you come up off this high and you expecting something to happen so soon, everybody, all Bear fans were saying we were supposed to blow the Vikings out, and realistically they were. But what happened in that fourth quarter? The Bears looked like the Bears again.
And you gave
minus 1 yard for like 10 minutes.
You gave it up to a guy who was literally playing his first NFL game.
JJ McCarthy looked like a freshman in college.
He looked so bad in the first 3 quarters of that game, and then he just pulled it out. But I really think it's a credit to their running game too, and the Bears' defense. Like the lack of defense in that game, it was just very, very Bear-esque, I'll say.
He looked like a high school quarterback going into his freshman year in college, and he's being asked to play against Alabama. That's exactly how he looked.
That's funny.
But now,
game.
Go ahead.
Game results aside here, Jalen. Caleb Williams, 21 for 35, 210 with a touchdown. Then on the ground, 6 for 58, 9.7 yards per carry and a touchdown. Your thoughts on Caleb Williams' performance? Because I'll be honest, that first quarter, he looked like the best quarterback in football.
First quarter,
the whole first half. He looked like the best quarterback in football.
I'd say the first 3 quarters. The first 3 quarters, he really looked like I wouldn't say the first 3, first 2.5.
3.5.
2.5.
2.5.
He was missing his spots like crazy in the fourth, though.
In the first 2.5 quarters, he looked like he was going to be the Bears' first 4,000 passing 4,000 passing quarterback who could lead them to a Super Bowl. That second half, after that third, the half of the third, and then going into the fourth quarter, he looked like Rex Grossman.
Man, don't disrespect Rex Grossman.
No disrespect to Rex Grossman. Because obviously, you were an NFL player. You were in the Super Bowl, whatever. We did not get to the Super Bowl because of Rex Grossman's arm.
I would
say Caleb. I think that Caleb was very impressive on the ground, but he did not impress me much through the air last night. Like he took off. He ran a lot better than he had all last season, but he missed a lot of throws last night, especially into that second half. And that first half, I don't think he really made any super impressive throws that, kind of wowed me. What wowed me and what made me, build a little hype around Caleb Williams was the fact that he was using his legs and the fact that, he was kind of making decisions quickly. But as far as like the passing aspect goes, nothing he did really last night through the air.
I wasn't impressed. I know that he got an arm. I know it was one play. There was that one play where he was scrambling right and he flinged it down the line, hit Odunze going out of bounds.
Yeah, that was a nice play.
That sidearm throw.
Those were the two throws. That was a nice play.
Those were the 2 throws. I was like, okay, that looked good. That looked really good. I mean, I'm impressed with that. I think managing a full 4 quarters, he did not impress me at all. Everything was behind the sticks. It was 3rd and 19. We threw him 4 yards behind.
Thank you. He's just dumping stuff down all game.
Well, not only that, he almost got a pick 6 on that one screen pass. Van Ginkel was right there. He was lucky that wasn't picked off.
Everything was like 4 yards. And then a whole lot of yak. For those who don't know, yards have to catch. A whole lot of that was yak.
The only thing that really impressed me about Caleb yesterday was his willingness to escape the pocket and run. He looked very capable as a runner yesterday. But other than that,
Fields looked better than he did.
I mean, but Justin Fields was also
that's who impressed me the most on Sunday. So the whole week, that's who impressed me the entire
correct answer.
Fields.
Fields and Rodgers had 2 of the best quarterback games, and I don't think anyone was expecting that either.
Well,
but
can I say the Steelers are like, I don't know if this is crazy, but I would say they're like sneaky, like
I've been saying that, man.
AFC caliber player. They just signed Jabril Peppers like half an hour ago.
They're literally nice, man. They have a great offense. They have a great defense. They have one of the best coaches in the league. I mean, what else can
that
happen?
defense,
if Rodgers can put
their
it together
defense is
like
going
he
to pick
did,
it up too.
if Rodgers can put it together like he did this week, they are going to be real nice. I would say they're a top 3 seed in the AFC if he could put it together.
It'd be tough.
If I'm not mistaken, I think I saved a photo of it here so I could read it off today. No, I did not. But if I'm not mistaken, in his last 11 games dating back to last season, Aaron Rodgers has 22 touchdowns and only 4 interceptions in his last 11 games. The touchdowns aren't coming in like large numbers, but they're still there, and the picks are still down. He's doing what he does best. Let's get into some overreactions that I brought up. Just drafted up. I have a few of them. The first one here actually does involve the Jets. It also involves the Cincinnati Bengals, right? So the Bengals ended up winning 17-16 against the Browns. And a little bit of a nail biter. The Bengals, we know in previous years, in recent history especially, not so good in week 1 matchups and not even in week 2s. The Jets got the moral victory, right? They looked so improved compared to previous years. The Steelers were just a little too much. It was a little bit of a revenge game for Rodgers. One of these teams, between the Jets and the Bengals, will make the playoffs. And that team's the Jets. Discuss.
The Jets are making the playoffs?
I mean, I just want to see
the Bengals.
Not gonna happen.
Between one team that we expect to be very good year in and year out, especially on that offense. They looked rough against the Browns of all teams. The Jets looked terrific against the Steelers, who we're talking about as a possible AFC powerhouse. One of those teams makes the playoffs, and it's the Jets. Discuss.
Hold on. I think,
I'm not saying
I think the Jets. I think the Jets are. They're good. Aaron Glenn has turned that team around already. Okay, they're going to be just fine. Justin Fields. Me and Jalen have been raving on this guy for however long. We love Justin Fields. He's great. He looked better than he ever has as a Bear or a Steeler. Well, as a Steeler, he's pretty good too. But in the Jets uniform, he's different. Okay, that defense looked amazing. Breece Hall looked amazing. Braylon Allen looked amazing. But I think we just got to slow down on that one a little bit, bro. They still lost. You know what I'm saying? So we gotta see a little bit more. They still have to face the Bills twice a year. Patriots have a better coach now. I know they lost as well. The Dolphins they can beat. I think the Dolphins they can beat. But as for the Bengals, bro, I think if you got Joe Burrow, you got to put them above them regardless. I know their defense looked abysmal, but not really though. They held. I know it's the Browns, but they held them to 16 points. They just didn't score them very much on the offensive side.
I think the Wisconsin Badgers could hold the Cleveland Browns to 16 points.
But
they better start Stewart.
Joe Flacco didn't even look that bad. He was cooking for a little while.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna lie.
That, yeah.
Joe Flacco looked good, man. I don't know. I mean, I'm not saying that he's gonna.
Judy just has a hands of rocks.
Right. I'm not saying that he's gonna lead them to like the promised land or nothing like that. But he's not no scrub. So I think the Bengals. I don't know. They look a little bit worse than last year. I'm not gonna lie, but they still are probably better than the Jets right now. So I'm gonna have to go with the Bengals still a little bit. But I see where you're coming from with the Jets. They're hot right now, man.
I'm just saying, like I was saying, Justin Fields was the biggest one that impressed me the entire weekend. I mean, Josh Allen played great. Lamar Jackson was impressive. Derrick Henry, unreal. But Justin Fields was the one who impressed me the most because of how he looked with the Bears, how he got treated with the Steelers because he had to sit down for Russell Wilson when he came back. And now for him to go and lead a team, which they ultimately should have won if Garrett Wilson catches the ball, because I think they would have won that game going down like that. I think they would have won the game. But that's neither here nor there. But he did get popped. That was a hard hit. So, but yeah, Justin Fields was the biggest one that impressed me the most.
Yeah, I think we should cool the look. Justin Fields, he played fantastic. But he started last year the same way. There are a lot of people were saying the same thing last year when he was with the Steelers. He had a really good start to the year, and a lot of people were talking about it again. That like, oh, here comes Justin Fields, and he kind of plateaued through the middle of the season, and then eventually lost the starting job to Russ. I think that the Jets are going to be better than a lot of people expected, but to say that they're in the playoffs, there's just way too much talent in the AFC to put them anywhere near the playoffs right now. I really don't think that they're gonna. I think that they're a 500 team at best, so they might get into the hunt. But I mean,
better than last season.
It's still the Jets. No, again, that's the reason why we're talking about the Jets so highly is because they had such poor expectations. I mean, the amount of hype around this team after 1 week and they lost. They lost. Like, it's not like they even won. Like, they lost the game against the Pittsburgh Steelers. I think again, they're going to be better than a lot of people thought. They're going to be better than I thought, but they're not going to be a playoff team. They're just not.
All right, moving to our second one here for the sake of time. We got to kind of rifle through these a little quicker. Second overreaction to week 1. Detroit will have less than 10 wins this season.
I don't think that's an overreaction.
I don't think it's an overreaction either, specifically
Detroit?
because of
less than 10. I thought
I think it's
I think that'd be
possible.
around 10, 11.
I think it's possible specifically because of their schedule. Their schedule is an absolute gauntlet this year. They got Chicago at home this weekend, but then I want to say they go to Baltimore week 3, which is going to be a really tough game for them. Their offense didn't look very good against Green Bay. Now, part of that's because of Green Bay's defense was just flying around like crazy and stuff too, but just pulling up their schedule really quick. They have a lot of the better teams in the AFC that they have to play against on the road. They play against Cincinnati on the road. They play against Kansas City on the road. They play against Tampa Bay this year. They play against the Eagles. They play against the Commanders. They play against the Rams on the road. They play against Pittsburgh. There's a lot of good teams on that schedule where there's potential for them to lose games. So I think, although I don't agree with it because I still think they're going to bounce back, I don't think it's an overreaction to say that they can win under 10 games.
I think it's a complete overreaction. I think the Lions just won 15 games last year. I think we all forget about this. I know they lost their coordinators, but they still got every piece back from last year. They were competing with everybody on the highest level last year. I know they lost in the divisional round, but even before that, the year before that, they were still doing the same thing. They were playing these teams, these high-level teams at the time and kicking their you-know-what, and they're going to continue to do that. I don't think the Lions are going anywhere. I think this is a complete overreaction. I think they played bad on Sunday, but I mean the Packers also played out of their mind. The Packers don't have the greatest secondary ever, okay, but they all played up to a higher level. I don't think they're going to sustain that all year. I think the Lions have a little bit more upside offensively. They have a little bit more upside when it comes to like the secondary. I don't know about the D-line anymore. I know Aiden Hutchinson is back, but he needs to prove a little bit more now. But like we gotta stop this. The Lions are not going anywhere. I think the Lions are going to be second in the division or first. I think it's 1 or 2. It doesn't matter. I think they're going to make playoffs. I think it'll be fun.
All right. So now our
10, 11 wins.
That game,
I would
all I'll
agree.
say about that game is that the Lions will have more than 10 wins at the end of the year. That game was more about Green Bay's defense than it was about the Lions' offense being bad. I mean, it's very hard. Well, the amount of pressure that Green Bay got on Detroit, it's very hard to operate anything on offense, and they shut down the run. It's just not going to happen to Detroit. Jahmyr Gibbs, David Montgomery will get theirs in some of those big games this season. A lot of those big games this season. That I think 11, 12 wins even is right on the money.
All right, so now down to our last 2 here. They're both Dolphins related, both to the Miami Dolphins, who got the brakes beat off of them by the Indianapolis Colts of all teams. First things first, the Miami Dolphins will have a top 3 pick in next year's draft.
Get that quarterback out of there, man.
Not an overreaction.
Try to
That's
change
not an
terrible.
overreaction.
He
The way
looked
the way
terrible.
I've seen how they played against the Colts, yeah, it's not an overreaction.
Colts aren't even that bad, but
They
yeah.
are though.
Daniel
They
Jones?
are, though.
They're
The
pretty
Dolphins just
bad.
made them look.
The
I mean,
defense
Jones
is not
played
that
great.
The
good.
Dolphins are ass. I'm telling
I
you.
think
they're
that's.
not
I
good.
think
talking about
Daniel
how he-
Jones
when he
playing
came
great
into
says more about the
Colts.
Dolphins than it does about the Colts, though.
I'm
I
not.
don't know,
impressed
Jonathan
about
Taylor's
the
looked
Colts at
good.
all.
Tyler Warren looked good. Maybe
I mean,
Tyler Warren's going to be a bright
Tyler
spot on
Warren
the
looked
offense.
good.
But if you think
Colston
Daniel
Loveland
Jones
had
is playing
12
like
yards
that,
receiving.
if you think Daniel Jones is playing like that all season, you got another thing on. It's just not going to happen. I mean,
Tyler Warren looked really good. Colston Loveland had 12 yards.
but
Then
yeah, I don't know. I
lastly
think
here,
the Colts are pretty decent. I don't know.
last one, again involving the Dolphins. They have a guru at head coach in Mike McDaniel, or so we think at least. He's from the Shanahan tree.
Good.
If the Dolphins lose next week, they should consider firing Mike McDaniel.
I think it has to do more with how badly they lose than whether they lose. If they get blown out again, I
Who they
think
play?
you have to at least consider it.
They play New England at home.
So
if they lose that game, he's out of there. If they lose that game, he's out of there.
The seat's been warming for a little bit for him. Tua hasn't really progressed. Now, there's been a ton of injuries for him with all the concussions and everything.
Can we really blame Tua on the coach, though? He's been concussion protocol.
Tua is dog water. Tua is terrible.
You could have prime Bill Belichick in there. You could have prime Bill Belichick in there right now, and the Dolphins would not be performing much better than they are.
Tua has not done anything in 3 years.
Ceiling or such a floor, I should say, with what they're doing right now. I mean, their ceiling is so low. I mean, you could fire him, but he's not the problem. I'm just gonna say
you're rearranging deck chairs on the Titanic.
The problem.
Every team,
though, as I look at his numbers and I see in 2023 at the height of this team that they were first in yards on offense, first in total yards, second in total points. In passing game, especially, they were first in passing yards, only 20th in attempts, but still first in passing yards, fourth in passing touchdowns, and they were a top 10 team in trying to keep the ball away from the defense. Then they added Tyreek Hill, and it got worse. Last season, because we're not going off of this year, because right now, after one game,
they had Tyreek Hill in 23.
They had him in 23? I thought they just had him last year.
They had him in 23.
They've had him for a couple years now.
Like 3 years.
They might have even had him in 22.
Adding Tyreek Hill got him that. Last year, their offense became a bottom half offense in the league in terms of yards and points. Rushing, 2 years ago, they were 6th in yards, first in rushing touchdowns. Now last year they were 21st in yards, 23 in touchdowns, and then passing wise 15th and 16th in yards and touchdowns. So it's only getting worse, and they haven't changed anything.
I was gonna say that's why they haven't changed a single thing on their offense. They haven't changed anything on their defense. Really, they haven't changed their coaching staff. They have literally stayed the same for 2 years, but Tua just got CTE. That's literally the biggest change, and Tyreek Hill's in a bunch of domestic trouble. So I mean, it's just. They're doing nothing to help themselves, literally nothing. So I don't think they're gonna. People were so happy that the Dolphins took Tua over Justin Herbert. I mean, well, look at that, got you. I mean, just saying.
I think Mike McDaniel, when there's a team like this, there's always going to be a scapegoat, no matter what. And I think Mike McDaniel is the scapegoat here. Do I think he's a great NFL coach? No. Do I think he's the worst in the league? Definitely not. I think he's going to be the scapegoat for this team, though, for how badly they've struggled the last few years. There's been a lot of regression pretty much on all fronts, and I think at least some of that blame has to go to him. But if they lose to New England at home this week, even if it's by 10 or 14, I think the unrest in the fan base and everything is just going to oust him because they're tired of losing. And so when they lose to the Patriots this week, I think he's done.
The Patriots are not a bad football team in my mind.
Yeah.
I think that the fact that they lost to the Raiders says more about the Raiders, that the Raiders are going to be a lot better than people expected this year.
I don't know about that. I mean,
no.
The Patriots
it's so week one. The Patriots beat the Bengals last year in week one. Look what happened.
The Patriots are not a bad team, but they're not a good team either.
They are not.
Definitely not.
I would say they're like a 6-11 team.
People saying that they were going to win, they were favored in 11 games this year.
People saying they're making the 7th seed this year, dude.
Yeah, no, that's not going to happen. But the Patriots, they're not a bad team. They're going to beat the Dolphins this week. I guarantee it. I guarantee it.
Right.
That's a pick 'em for you.
That's a hot take. So we're gonna start something new here. We got Nas NFL cooked list. So we're gonna start a new segment.
Listen, guys, I want to start this off by some food. Okay, you ever heard of a good baked potato? Okay, or a good baked cake? They're all good, right? So that we're gonna base these players in the bake section as good. Okay, they had a great week. They taste good. They look good. They play good. Okay, whatever. And cooked. I think that's self-explanatory. We're going to get to that a little bit, but we're going to start off with baked, okay? The baked section is going to be fun because that's all the good players. It's all the fun ones, okay? Justin Herbert. What are we talking about? Aaron Rodgers. What are we talking about? Quentin Johnson looked like CeeDee Lamb out there. And CeeDee Lamb looked like Quentin Johnson.
You got to stop now.
What do you mean? 2 touchdowns? Okay, yeah, okay, whatever. Keenan Allen. He looked like CeeDee Lamb more than CeeDee Lamb looked like CeeDee Lamb. Yes. Joe Alt.
Offense up here.
Joe Alt, best tackle in the league. Jalen Hurts. Wow. What a game. Carried the Eagles to a win. Saquon Barkley.
I got a hot take.
Lamar Jackson. Josh Allen. Obviously, some elite juggernauts. Okay. Justin Fields. What did I just see? Keon Coleman.
Unbelievable game.
He's so good. Zay Flowers. Unbelievable.
Look at
143
Zay.
yards. Zay Flowers had all the passing yards almost. Fun fact. DeAndre Hopkins. I don't know what the hell that came out of him. Okay, that one play just put him back. Egbuka. Ukabuka.
Goat.
Okay, Jordan Love.
Goat.
Jordan Love. All right, the Baker himself.
You know, and it's
Mayfield.
funny, you guys were talking about Baker Mayfield in our old group chat going into that game. Like, where's Baker Mayfield? What is he doing?
He was going to be found at first. Hold on.
Baker.
Hold on, but on the other side, we got Michael Penix. Hold on. He
Michael
played
Penix
good.
is gonna be
He
really
looked good, boy. Bijan Robinson with 100 receiving yards. I don't know what the hell they got
He
ahead.
had like 50 of them on one play too.
Yeah, right. Joe
Yeah.
Flacco.
Touchdown.
Joe Flacco. What? This is Ravens Joe Flacco? I don't know. Cam Ward outplayed Bo Nix. Man, big. You know what? Big Brock. Okay, Brock Bowers looked amazing. Ashton Genty, the best running back out of the class. Ashton Genty. Travis Etienne, not Hunter. Etienne.
His value in
Yeah.
fantasy too just went like
100
this after they just traded
122
Tank
yards.
yesterday.
JSN,
That also-
124 yards.
Newton's getting more work too.
Yep, JSN. Great game. I know they lost, but great game. Stafford, I guess. He looked okay. He looked fine. Puka Nacua, 130 receiving yards.
He had
10 catches.
130 receiving yards with
And
he
10
probably had a
catches.
concussion.
Yeah, 10 catches.
Grass is green with
Bucky
him.
Irving, kinda okay. I think he had a pretty decent game. I'm not gonna sit here and say that he's trash. Jacobs and Dobbs. I think Romeo Dobbs looked amazing. I don't know if that's just me. I know he didn't score, but like
showing some emotion, baby.
he looked
I
great.
think that was the most shocking thing of the weekend was Dobbs being excited.
Yeah. Josh Jacobs running ground and pound. I love the way he runs. Jalen Ramsey with the clutch hit at the end of the game, sparking some attitude for that defense. Unbelievable. Okay, great, beautiful. And then the last three I didn't put on there because I didn't have enough space is Kyle Hamilton on the Ravens, beautiful. Ed Oliver, Tyler Linderbaum, the center of the Ravens, unbelievable game. He doesn't let up a sack in like a year or two. And Brown's defense looked amazing. Okay. And my honorable mentions for the bake section, by the way.
How about the Broncos defense?
Anyways,
Yep.
baked honorable mention.
team.
Aaron Glenn.
What you mean?
Aaron Glenn.
It's Tennessee, man.
Aaron Glenn in the honorable mention. No, not still. No.
Played?
Come on, bro. Oh my god.
Dude,
Anyways,
the thing about Denver's defenses, we knew that they were going to be fantastic.
Hold on.
Shutting down Tennessee doesn't
Saquon
surprise me.
Barkley.
hold on. Baked honorable mention. Aaron Glenn, James Conner, Matt LaFleur, Derwin James, Myles Garrett, Pete Carroll, Javonte Williams looked pretty good on the Cowboys. Geno Smith, Danny Dimes. I think I need to see more out of Danny Dimes. I think this was good game for him, but I need to see more. Josh Palmer on the Bills now. What the hell? Joey Bosa on the Bills now. I know he's getting cooked for a little bit, but he made up for it in the second half. Nick Bosa on the other side played really good. I can see Seahawks, but need a little bit more. JJ McCarthy. I don't know. He's pretty baked that game. I don't know what's going on, but this is the fun.
He started at cooked.
You noticed, but before you move on, you missed a very, and I'm very surprised that you missed this guy.
Yeah.
Well, he didn't have the best game, but he had a very encouraging game, I think, for that a lot of people are kind of overlooking. Omarion Hampton, he was like this close to breaking off
Need more.
He was average.
Need more. I'm sorry. I need more.
He had an average game. Don't get me wrong. He did not bake per se in this game, but he is going to bake the rest of the season.
I think he's sizzling.
Very, very encouraging, and he's easily going to be the top back in that backfield, and he will finish as
I
the
wanna
top
see what the
five
Cook
back
one is.
in the league this year. In the league,
I like that.
for rushing
I
yards.
like that.
He
I like
finishes as a
that.
top five
It's not gonna
back in
happen.
rushing yards in the league this year.
It's not gonna happen, but I like it. I like where your head's at, but I need to see more. I do. I'm a little harsh on him right now. I
Let's
need
get
to see
to the
more.
cooked one.
Yeah, you want to see the cooked one? Oh my goodness, we're gonna start off real hot. Jair Alexander. I need to. Well, what is this? What is this? Jair
By the
Alexander.
way, that's
What is
Keon
this?
Coleman, not Derrick Henry.
He was getting cooked the entire Jair Alexander. All this hype coming.
Why Joshua Palmer all game?
All this hype. Jair Alexander, what are you doing? What is this? Where is your coverage? Why are you not chopping your feet? Why are you not putting your hands on him? Why are you not pressing? Why are you not getting your coverage? Why are you not staying in your zone? Why are you being lazy in the touchdown area? Keon Coleman got a touchdown. Do you guys remember that bounce touchdown that happened when the ball bounced up and Keon Coleman caught it? You know who's on him? Jair Alexander. He gave up. Keon Coleman got that ball, a bounce touchdown.
This image right here adds Brian Gutekunst specifically to the bake section.
You're cooked. You are cooked, Jair Alexander. Tua, we already been up. Caleb Williams, he's all right. He's played good, but
he should not be on that list.
Bro, he played well in that third quarter and that fourth quarter.
Not good. Not good. Derrick Henry, listen. Derrick Henry, as a running back.
No, I'm not going to listen.
Nope. Don't do this to me. You don't know ball if you don't understand this. Listen, hear me out. As a fellow running back, you can have 2 touchdowns, 170 yards in a game. Beautiful. But if you fumble the ball on the biggest drive of the game, as a running back, as a running back, I played myself. If you fumble the ball on the biggest drive of the game, I don't care how many yards you have. They scored 2 plays after that fumble. You know that? And they continue to score. I know the defense was bad. We're going to get to that. Don't worry. I didn't leave them out.
Stop
this is not good. No, Sam.
In that position.
Sam, he's the reason they lost. He's the reason they lost. Am I wrong?
It's not the reason they lost.
Yes. You guys do not know ball then. As a running back, he's cooked. He's cooked. He's cooked.
The Ravens defense had 5 minutes to hold a 15-point lead.
He's cooked. And guess what? He turned the ball and he turned the ball over. He turned the ball over on their side of the field, right?
One mistake, dude. One mistake.
It's not his fault. It's not his fault.
Look at me.
It's not his fault.
Right here. Look at me right here.
It's not his fault. Whose fault is it?
The Ravens defense had a 15-point lead with 5 minutes to go.
And why did they score right away? Why did they score right away?
Why did the Ravens defense not score? Why did the Ravens defense not score?
Why did the Bills score right away?
Because the defense scored, dude. The defense still gave it up and played.
Andrew got toasted.
Go back at each other.
The Ravens defense.
Okay, let me put this in. No, hold on. Be quiet. Let me put this in perspective for you. If Lamar Jackson had fumbled the ball on that side of the field, whose fault is it? The defense or Lamar Jackson?
Well,
shut up. It's Lamar Jackson's side. It's Lamar Jackson's fault. Derrick Henry is his fault they lost the game. If Lamar Jackson did the same exact thing, you would be sitting here right now saying Lamar Jackson lost in that game. They would have won the game if Lamar Jackson didn't fumble the ball. Yes, you would. Yes, you would. Everyone in this chat would be saying Lamar Jackson did that. Josh Allen would never do that. That's exactly what you'd be saying. Derrick Henry lost in that game for fumbling the ball. Yes, he's cooked. He's in the cooked section. It's over for him right now. Yes, he is. Yes, he had a great. Yes, beautiful. He's leading the league in fumbles too.
Top 2 running back in the league.
He's leading the league in fumbles too. You know that?
You got to get him fumbles
too.
Get him off the list.
No, he's cooked. As a running back, if you fumble the ball in the fourth quarter with a ceiling drive, it's over for you. You lost in the game. They scored 2 plays after that. Dime down the field to the tight end. Oh, got 1 yard line. Went right in. Josh Allen scrambled to the right. Touchdown. Then they're down 8. Then the defense just fell apart. That's the Jair. This is where this came up. They
still had 3 minutes with an 8-point lead. They still had 3 minutes to hold Buffalo.
Momentum.
Okay.
Derrick Henry gave up all the momentum by fumbling that ball.
Oh, there's minimal time left with a 2-score lead. That's not all on Derrick Henry.
If you have played running back in your life and you fumble the ball anytime in that game at the end of the game, and you fumble the ball, and you're in a close game to seal it out. This is the final drive, by the way. They would have sealed the game out if Derrick Henry didn't fumble that ball. 100%.
I just can't. I can't.
He's
do that.
Cooked.
I cannot.
He fumbled the ball. He's cooked. Let's continue. Cooked. Derrick Henry, Ravens defense. I'm not even.
Did everybody like that?
No, that's so they're right there. They're
right there. Read the cook list, buddy. Ravens defense cooked. Bills defense cooked. Golf ball. That's Jared Goff. Everybody cooked. Oh my God, he was terrible. Penny Sewell lined up against Micah Parsons. I just cooked. He didn't look good. Dak Prescott He played all right. I don't know why I put him there. He played all right. CD, you played horrible. You played like Quentin Johnson. CD Lamb played like Quentin Johnson in the fourth quarter. Okay,
He had
now
20 fantasy points.
cool. He left in the game.
5 drops. He had 5 drops.
Yeah,
He had 30 fantasy points.
Okay, wait, hold on. So you want to blame CD Lamb for that?
That
walk, right? No. CD Lamb had over 100. No, hold on. CD Lamb had over 100 receiving yards, and he dropped 5 passes. And you blame him on that game, right? Derrick Henry fumbled the ball.
1 drop.
5 passes is a lot.
Dude, Nas, by your logic, Tyler Loop lost them that game because he missed the extra point that would have tied it up at that.
Yeah, it was a collective effort to lose.
But you just said Derrick Henry was the reason they lost that game.
And he's the biggest reason. I think he's the biggest reason. I say he was the only reason. He's the biggest reason they lost. Without that fumble, they would have won the game. It's a fact.
Go viral.
It's a fact. It's a fact. All right, we're back to the cook list. CeeDee Lamb cooked the Saints, the entire Saints organization.
Yep.
I don't know what I saw. Okay, they played the Cardinals.
Grass is green.
They played the
Saints
Cardinals.
ultimately should have won that game if you think about it.
Anyways,
That's
Young.
Arizona didn't look good at all in that.
Hold on. We're not done yet. Bryce Young, man. I like Bryce Young, man. I love him, but he did not look good. He did not look good. CJ Stroud, garbage. Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase. I don't know what I was looking at, but it disgusted me. I don't know what you're cooked for about a week. You play the Jacksonville next week. You got an easy schedule to start off the season, bro. You're cooked. If you don't play good next week, you're still cooked. Not convinced by Trevor Lawrence, still. I'm not.
Yeah,
I mean,
the pick though. The pick.
He struggled against the Panthers.
Play on it.
He struggled against the Panthers, bro.
JC Horn made a terrific play on that pick. That wasn't on Lawrence. It was a
convinced.
good ball. You got to watch. I'm just talking about that ball specifically. I'm also not convinced by Trevor Lawrence, being the in-house Jags fan I am. 19 for 31, 178 touchdown. I'm going to just take away the interception. That was a phenomenal play by JC Horn.
Can't take that away like that. Anyways,
it was going to go
Kyler Murray
right in the breadbasket of Travis Hunter.
Kyler Murray
run for another 20 or 30.
Kyler Murray cooked. Bo Nix, what in the hell are you doing? Cooked, trash. Mike Vrabel, I didn't like that. I don't like his coaching. I didn't like his coaching that game. The Raiders. Pete Carroll's pretty good. I mean, I'll coach Mike Vrabel. I understand that, but I mean, Gino also threw for like 348 yards.
Exactly. People are underestimating the Raiders.
Look, man, Mike Vrabel, you're cooked. Russell Wilson, man. He's talking about they left everything. He said they left everything out there on the field. They lost 21-6.
I think he's done.
Russell, scary, not so Terry. Terry, not so scary, man. Scary Terry, you're not very scary this week. Cooked. Brock Purdy, I did not like his game. I know they won, but he did not look
terrible.
He did not look good.
That last throw even was awful. The tight end just made a play on it.
Sam Darnold, kind of. I think he was okay, but he just wasn't. He didn't look good. Right?
Kevin O'Connell made Sam Darnold look good. He's a mid quarterback.
And then we get to this. TJ Watt. Oh man, Myles Garrett just looks so much better than you right now. TJ Watt, you did not make a difference in that game.
Absolutely,
he didn't.
Terrible.
He didn't. They were running stunts for him. They were making. If you guys don't know what stunts are, you start up on the outside or the inside, and you do a cross. So say TJ starts here, and then Highsmith's on this side. They switch spots during the motion of the play. So TJ goes into the guard, and Highsmith goes outside to the tackle. They did a bunch of that for him, and that usually helps a little bit to get a little bit more space to the quarterback. He just didn't do anything. He didn't look great. The Dickies, the Dolphins. That's what I call them, the Dickies. Dolphins, trash. Cooked. Travis Kelce, when he didn't score, did not look good. He looked really bad. I mean, the Chargers had a blown coverage, and Travis Kelce scored. Xavier Worthy, I know you got hurt, but you're cooked. I don't know what the hell. Jalen Carter, you are
terrible.
Cooked.
Absolutely
you are cooked.
Terrible.
Jalen Carter. And then the weakest Harbaugh brother, John, on the Ravens, cooked. I don't know what, just horrible. I mean, this should prove that it's not Lamar Jackson's fault. This dude cannot coach to save his life. He can't hold the game. He can't do it. Okay, the weakest Harbaugh, and then after him, I had Laremy Tunsil. He was letting Abdul Carter do anything he wanted. He was letting Abdul Carter do whatever he wanted. So
Abdul Carter had one play that was absolutely stupid. He literally just standing in front of. He just
that's what I'm saying.
Stood in front of Jaden Daniels like he playing basketball. What are we doing? You don't hit his ass.
And this is cooked. This is cooked. This is unbelievable. This is abysmal. Cooked. Shout out David. He
That's
took a
the
picture of
Bears
this.
pick.
Shout out David.
Dad, I keep trying to tell you.
He's cooked. This is cooked. I don't
Do
know
not
what the
get
hell you
your
guys are
hopes
doing.
up. All these Bear fans, do not get your hopes up
Good.
until you see the change.
But look, the most cooked player of this week,
Yep.
I'm gonna just let it speak for itself. Jair Alexander, you are the cooked player of the week. That's my segment. I hope you guys enjoyed. Derrick Henry, you're cooked until further notice.
Can we talk about how the Bears are Bears fans might be the new Cowboys fans here? I feel like
Oof.
Cowboys fans have kind of accepted the fact that they're
Oof.
like it's not their year, and I feel like a lot of Bears fans always talking about this is their year for like the last like 2-3 years.
3 years.
Every
3 years.
year.
I mean, what if they
ultimately-
won the offseason
ultimately, I
3 years
can't
in a
really-
row now?
Well, ultimately, I can't really say that because like they feel like they got a quarterback that of hope. Anybody with a quarterback of hope is going to say, "All right, this is our year now." I mean, I think
what's
they said
crazy
it
is
the
that,
first.
like-
I think they said it the first 2 years with Justin Fields, and then his third year, they just was like, "Yeah, it's."
That's what I'm saying. The quarterback play has been so bad that like we're getting our hopes up for like Justin Fields and Caleb Williams that like this is going to be a guy who leads us to a Super Bowl, and like they have not done. At least Caleb Williams and Justin Fields when he was on the Bears, they did not show me anything that like even remotely would convince me that this team is Super Bowl and borderline playoff ready.
I'm
at
on
this rate.
record. I was on record for saying I wanted Marvin Harrison Jr.
Marvin
That would've
Harrison,
been a smart
he's not cooked yet. I don't know. I didn't really look at his stats.
He just got to get the
He's
ball more. That's all.
Yeah, I
He's
think
a
it's more on
product of the
Kyler.
team
that he's on.
It's more on
He's a
Kyler.
product of the
Kyler-
team.
Yeah, Kyler's.
So I'm
Kyler's
telling
just-
you, like I told you the Bears should have made that draft pick. They should have made
Yeah.
that grab. They should have grabbed Marvin Harrison. I'm gonna break it down. I was telling people this. I said they should have grabbed Marvin Harrison, stay with Justin Fields that 1 year. Justin Fields flops, let him go. And then what is it? This year, what was it? This year they had a chance to. They could have got
Cam
Shedeur
Ward
Sanders.
or Shedeur.
They would have been able to get Shedeur Sanders this year with Marvin Harrison.
Or just stay ass for another. You stay buns for another.
Or
year, and you can.
they
you
coulda
can
got Travis
get
Hunter,
Arch
too.
Manning or Garrett Nussmeier or any of
Arch
those.
Manning's not going to be a top 10 pick. Hot take.
Arch Manning's
not
staying
coming-
in
he's not
college
coming out
another
next
year,
year.
isn't he?
Yeah, he's not
I know.
coming
Arch
out
Manning
next
probably gonna
year.
stay at 1 more year, but
Still not going to be a top 10 pick.
I think they should have got Marvin Harrison.
Nussmeier. He's gonna
And
be.
then if this past draft, what they could have done was if they had a really bad record and they had a chance to get Travis Hunter, you could have got Travis Hunter and Shedeur Sanders. But what do I know, right?
Shit, right? You should be
What they
GM,
could
bro.
have done is
Yeah,
traded
yeah, I was
back
gonna
that
say,
number one
Kick
pick
balls out of
too.
there.
Or they could have traded that number 1
They
pick
could have
back.
traded back. They had another first rounder right there too. They could have just traded back and gotten future assets. Gotten, I don't know, maybe the 5th pick. Got the 4th pick. Take MHJ there.
Take Jay
Have
Daniels.
Fields, MHJ, and DJ Moore. That's a good 3.
Yep. And then this year you could have had assets. You possibly could have got Travis Hunter and Shedeur Sanders.
I mean, they had another top 10 pick this year, so it's
Yeah,
not entirely
They
out
would
of
have had 2 of
question.
them in the
Well,
top
could
10.
have
I don't really think Colston Loveland was necessarily a need for them either.
What do
They
I know,
had
right?
Komet. I don't know what they were doing, dude.
What do I know?
I mean,
right?
maybe for the future, but like Komet still got a good amount of snaps last
just
night.
paid
Now I know
Komet
it's only
up to
week
4
one.
years.
They're on like the same level, right? Like, I mean, I think Love will eventually surpass him, but that's not a guy that's gonna like transform your team. in the
Komet
next
not
couple
going
years.
nowhere for the next 3 to 4 years. They just signed
Pretty
an
good stuff.
extension.
Now
He's pretty good
collecting
still.
dust on the bench, dude.
Yeah, he played a little bit yesterday. I think he was picking up some yards,
He had
but
a good catch in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, but
Caleb
Love is
Williams
gonna
was-
ultimately be the number 1 guy there. Like,
I don't know what
Komet's
Ben
not
Johnson's
gonna get
plan is
drafted.
with 2 tight ends, but I'm sure it'd be good.
But
Ben
Johnson-
Johnson.
we're gonna just jump into final thoughts. We were gonna get into college football, but I was thinking about it. It's not really much to really look at this past weekend. It was a bunch of blowouts.
Let's look ahead to this week then. Why not that?
Yeah. All right, we
We got
do that
time.
then. Yeah, we got about
We got
10
time.
minutes. Yeah, we got about
There's a
10
few
minutes.
matchups I'm keeping my eyes on. First and
Going into week
foremost,
3.
obviously, for the regional homer, Wisconsin going to Bryant Denny to face Alabama. The spread on that one, 20.5 in favor of Alabama. I'm
Take the
in no
points.
way am I saying Wisconsin wins this one, but Alabama looks weak. Kellen DeBoer has lost as many games to unranked opponents in 20 games as Nick Saban did in over 120. They both
What are you
lost
saying
4
right now?
games to unranked opponents. What
are
I'm
you saying,
saying is that Alabama is not safe going against Wisconsin's defense this weekend.
Well,
They're not safe. They're not going
to.
to the Nas, look at me. The Badgers are not going to win. But what I am
Okay.
saying
Gotta
is
make
that
sure.
Alabama is not. Alabama should not
to look at y'all
go into
like-
this game. That Bama should not go into this game thinking they have an easy win. They should not.
Oh, of course not.
As
No,
much
no,
as
no,
it is at
no.
home.
I completely agree. The defense is great,
Um,
but they have the same players as last year, and they cooked them last year. So I was at the game, by the way. So
That's also true. Friendly reminder: the Badgers did jump up 3-0 to start that one. Anywho,
they did.
so there's
They did.
that one.
And they got hurt.
Miami is hosting South Florida. I didn't think that we would be talking about this matchup as a primetime huge matchup to watch. This might be the biggest college football game to ever air on the CW network. The 18th ranked USF Bulls versus the 5th ranked Miami
Dude.
Hurricanes at
Dude,
noon
South
on
Florida.
Saturday.
South Florida, baby.
South Florida looks
This is
insane.
the funniest thing about the South Florida team is that I watched the entire first half of Boise State at South Florida, and I genuinely thought through the first about 20 minutes of that contest, South Florida looked like the worst college football team I had ever seen. And now they're the 18th ranked team, just went into the swamp, upset Florida. They're now heading to the Orange Bowl, which is now Hard Rock, but they're heading to the Orange Bowl now to face Miami. That's going to be a fun one to watch. That's a game that if I had to pick one must-watch game this week, it's that one. USF, Byron Brown, dude, he does not look like a good thrower of the football, but he's a damn good quarterback. I'll tell you what.
He's not looking good at all.
No, Notre Dame is hosting Texas A&M, if I'm not mistaken.
I like that game.
Yes,
I like
it's
that
in
game,
South
yes.
Bend. That's going to be a fun one.
Hey,
Two-headed
LSU,
monster
Florida.
backfield. Jeremiah Love, Jadarian Price is going to be a fun one. That's a
LSU,
fun
Florida.
backfield to watch. CJ Carr is a good runner too. LSU, Florida State. There's
That's-
LSU, Florida,
just
LSU, Florida
Just
State.
Florida. Just Florida. That's a good game.
And Florida's going to win that game.
I
And
agree.
Florida's they got to have that bounce back. They have to. They must. It's a must win for
I
them
think
if they
they'll
want to
win.
keep their playoff odds alive.
Georgia and Tennessee. is the
Last
game.
one.
I mean,
I think
I would
Clemson
agree.
and Georgia Tech could be a fun one. Too.
Yes, that was the one that I was just about to say. Clemson, Georgia Tech.
That's
That's
going
going to be a fun one to watch. Clemson did not look like, especially in the first week and then last week too, playing a snoozer every game, but they have not looked like the Clemson team that we thought they were going to be this year. The game against LSU, I thought was going to be much closer than actually what it was. Don't let the score tell you what the story was. The story was that LSU dominated that whole game. This is a must-win for Clemson too. First ACC action this year against Georgia Tech, who's pesky. They're ankle biters. They're not going to let up. If you make a mistake, they're not going to let up. That's going to be a good one to watch too. I think if Georgia Tech wins that, it's in Atlanta. It is in Atlanta. If they win that game, Georgia Tech gets ranked.
Oh yeah. Oh my
Yep.
God. Dude, I did not tell you guys at the beginning of the season. Look out for
You
Georgia.
did.
Did I not?
You did.
I said look out for
You
Georgia
did.
Tech.
Is a
They have
good-
so many good seniors. Their quarterbacks are good. Their wideouts are good. Their running backs are good. They have great O-line. They have a great overall defense. All they need is good coaching. I think that's what's been holding them back for years. And Georgia Tech's going to prove everybody. They're going to prove everybody something this weekend. I feel like, man. I think they're going to beat Clemson. They're hosting Clemson. That's what time is that at 11 a.m. I'll be watching that game. I'll be in the studio watching it, and it'll be fun. So
Going back at what you said about Alabama, Tommy Castellanos basically told us all they don't got Nick Saban to save you.
it's true.
So
It's true. Look, anything can happen. Anything can happen, but a Badgers win. But I think everything else could happen. I think they could have a great game and just prove a lot of people that hey, we can compete with the highest teams in the country. But
I mean, Danny O'Neal
Unfortunately,
looked
they can't pull
good last weekend. I
I
mean,
agree. He did.
and
He
Tresh
might be.
Kahuna looked like a solid receiver in that game too.
He might be hot take. He might start like the rest of the year. I'm gonna be honest. I like him a lot. That's
biggest
quarterback.
blowout of the weekend. I think Oregon is going to have Northwestern by like
Michigan, Central Michigan,
like 5 minutes.
66 to-
game.
66
Michigan, Central Michigan.
Yeah.
No,
I think Central Michigan is like I don't know they might hang around a little bit, just in a little bit, not
Missouri,
nothing crazy,
Louisiana.
Spartans
but
being 2-0.
who's doing it? Ohio State versus Ohio. That's a 70 ball.
That's That's going to be a fun one just because of the in-state rivalry. The last time that the Buckeyes hosted the Bobcats, whoever the Bobcats mascot was that day decided to give Brutus a nightmare experience, dude. He was all over the field, like laying the guy out, dude. The mascot head fell off at one point. Like, dude, he was making Brutus's life hell. So that's a fun little throwback. It's gonna be an interesting watch, dude. Parker Navarro, I'll tell you what about Parker Navarro. He can sling the rock. It's just a matter of I don't think he knows where it's going sometimes.
Yeah, okay. I was gonna say
he can sling the rock. He's also a good runner. He's a very good runner. He carries that offense, and he actually carries them to a pretty good tune. But the moral of the story is, I mean, it's Ohio State. They're going to lose by like 60. But Parker Navarro can sling the rock. I wouldn't be surprised if he still ended up with like 200, 250 pass yards and a couple touchdowns as Ohio loses 70-14. But he's a fun quarterback to watch. If you're going to pick one guy out of that game to watch that isn't named Jeremiah Smith, go watch Parker Navarro.
All right. Well, we got about 4 minutes left, so let's do our final thoughts.
Who's starting? Me?
Anybody? Yeah.
Go ahead.
I'll start. Hold on. Give me Derrick Henry. Cooked. This guy. Cooked. I want to see the Ravens just destroy whoever they're playing next week. Whoops. And who do they play next week? They play who do they play? Let me look. But I just need to see more.
Get the Browns.
Chargers play Raiders next week. Joe Alt owns Max Crosby and Chris Jones. We're gonna be fine. It's gonna be a fun game. Go Pack, go! By the way, you guys look good.
Thursday night game against the Commanders. That's gonna be a good one.
I'll be working. I'll be working at the studio for that game, so it'll be kind of fun. So, yeah,
it's gonna be the worst thing to happen in Washington D.C.
Come on, bro, chill up. since what?
Wow.
Just look at the data now.
Anywho, Milwaukee is facing the Rangers again tonight. Brewers, Rangers. Chad Patrick on the mound. He got called back up. Jack Leiter on the other side for the Rangers. Having a good season. 9-8, 3.70 ERA. Whip below 1.3. Pretty good. 126 Ks through about 150, 160 innings. The Rangers won last night. 5-0 shutout. Brewers just couldn't do anything offensively. But I like what Pat Murphy's doing by just letting Quintana go out there and throw 90 pitches. And then Carlos Rodriguez throw 30 or 40 pitches. The bullpen needs rest big time. And he's finally resting those guys. They had an off day last week. They won a few games going. They swept the Pirates. So huge sweep there just to keep winning. The Braves are doing us favors by beating up on the Cubs. Magic number to clinch the
I think it's 11.
division, I think, is 11 games. And there is a clinch possibility today for playoffs. I don't know exactly what it is, but there is a clinch possibility today. I would recommend going to look at Kurt Hogg's Twitter or Adam McCalvey, maybe even Drew Olson. I would recommend Todd Rosiak. Like, look at those guys. They probably have more info on it than me, but Sunday was a big day. The Reds losing, the Cubs losing, the Blue Jays losing. We won. That was a big, big game for some magic number fans out there. I think the magic number for the postseason going into yesterday was 3. The Cubs losing helps. So I think there's a clinch possibility today. We'd be the first team to clinch a postseason berth this year, and we would be the first team to 90 wins and the quickest team in franchise history to 90 wins.
Dan, what do you think? They go 11 and 6 in their final 17 year, get to 100?
I think it's definitely plausible considering how hot the team has been all season. They got to take these next 2, though. I think that's a necessity for that. They have to take these next 2. St. Louis will give you a hard time, but it's at home, so it's winnable. I'd say 2 out of 3 there. Sweep the Angels. Go to St. Louis, got to take 2 out of 3 there. So that's 7 wins right there. Assuming we win these next 2, that's 9. Then they have 3 against the Padres, 3 against the Reds. They should be able to get to 100 wins.
There you go.
I think building off of that, the NL wildcard race isn't like super tight, but the Mets have been cold since June. And out of nowhere, the San Francisco Giants have gone on a heater as of late. to kind of get back into that race a little bit. They're only 1 or 2 games over 500 right now, but they're only 3 behind the Mets, and the Mets have kind of been floundering since June. So I'm just saying, keep an eye out for the Mets to have a collapse during these last few weeks and the Giants sneak in with the power of friendship in the 6th seed.
Could happen.
Yeah, I don't really have a final thought. Just go Pack Go. I'm excited to see them play on Thursday. And I'm excited that the NFL's back, baby.
Any of you going?
I'm not going, no, but I will be.
I'll be at the NBC 15
I'll be enjoying
studios.
some spirits somewhere.
Thursday night we're talking about. I was supposed to go. I ended up not getting the ticket because I do teach in the mornings on Fridays. So because of how early it is in the year, I backed out of that game.
What class?
If it was later in the season, I'd go. Class. I mean, they're all right. You'd be surprised. There's some silly questions being asked when I put everything in front of people's faces. So it's a learning curve still. No one likes public speaking, but everyone's got to do it. So.
Be a dude and just let them have the day off. Let them have the day off on Friday.
I wish I had that power. I wish I had the power to do that.
Man,
is that lecture day?
They'll never know.
Right down.
No. I already did all of that. But
the Broncos winning the AFC West. How about that one?
But how about the?
Come on, bro. Put some money on it.
I'm just happy the Michigan State Spartans are 2-0 because they were supposed to.
What? Forgot about that. Go green. Yeah, go green.
You got some of the most random teams that you support.
Hey, I mean, Michigan State was my dream school for a long time, and I've always been following it for a while. And shout out to Warhawk football for just dominating Carleton last week.
Mine was my dream school was San Diego State and Oregon. San Diego State's not very good, but Oregon, go green like you said. Other side though.
UCF, baby.
That was my dream school, so I can't really, I really can't say much, but just go green, But subscribe, like, share, and comment. Follow our podcast page on other platforms. The links are in the description box below. We have a Spotify, Instagram, and a TikTok. We will be posting shorts and reels of this show. We do have polls and question boxes. If you want to talk to us, you can always DM us on things you want to have answered or comments you may have. And with that, this is Shot of Sports. We'll see you Thursday.